Abusia, we hear things every day. Today I'm so happy because it is our very first time of having a Hinduism or Hindu person on set. For 8 years, we've never had one of them on this set. I'm so happy. And what is going to happen today will be a bit strange because I heard that they drink blood. They do. You all know this. You see, Hindus no more. You see, the toys. And we are going to find out today. We have to find out today, and we are not going to find out from any feeble person. We are finding out from the source where we will get the juice. So keep watching Revelations. We are the biggest, we are the largest, we are the highest, we are the greatest, we are the tallest African spiritual platform. My name is Queen Hadasha. Latest one, I'm the mom one bejani. But I'm the spear of destiny. I'm the true bloodline. The latest school I finished. Hey, your school is our spirituality is everything we want to know. I welcome you, Wati. I appreciate you, my people. You make this platform the biggest. Today is a great day. My vibration is on another level because it's my first time hosting this kind of a person on this great platform. I welcome you. Let's welcome our guest. He's one of our fathers. Papa, we welcome you.
Thank you.
Today is your first time on this platform. So I want you to greet the viewers or pay obeisance to them. They make this platform the biggest. Over 400,000 people are watching us right now. Greet them, introduce yourself to us before we start this conversation.
Good day, everybody. This is Herbie Ankrah. I'm actually a Hindu, a practicing Hindu, and I'm on this program to help people understand Hinduism, especially its relevance to mankind, and directly Africans per se, dispel the notions that Africans have about Hinduism as a religion which do not prefer what they think, which they don't understand. So as Herbie Ankrah, the Hindu, I am a practicing Hindu. I am here to help give out knowledge on Hinduism so that people realize that it is not just a religion, but a spiritual way of life. A spiritual way that opens a path for everybody in this world to know themselves. All religions profess something: knowing yourself, loving yourself and mankind. Hinduism gives you the opportunity to do that. And that's why I'm here today.
We welcome you.
Thank you.
And we appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
Papa, your name is Ankrah.
My name is Herbie Ankrah.
Ankrah means you are Ghanaian.
I am a Ghanaian. Are you surprised? Why?
You are not speaking my language the way I speak.
I do not speak your language, which is
Tree.
I don't speak Tree. I don't understand Tree.
The Ankrah, where do you come from, please?
That Ankrah is from Otublom. I'm a Ga from the Otublom clan.
Greet your people in your language.
Nyefenyeyi Anawala. Achomini Akwe. But my name is Herbie Ankrah. Imba programme no. Nimawanye fio. Ninye nuni bianshi. Thank you.
You are cleared. Welcome.
Thank you.
Abusia me man krankra bia akwa ba se on kachi na me pese me chance me hwese moja no wonum ana wa borodin na prove ne ho beyond understanding. Nti we are cleared. Papa, what is when they say Hinduism? What is the difference between Hinduism, Christmas, Shintoism, the Zims? What's the difference? Can you tell us?
Yeah. Hinduism is actually an age-old practice of mankind. It is actually the oldest spiritual system anywhere in existence. Anywhere in existence. Millions of years ago. And Hinduism is premised on the fact that, or in the truth that, mankind is divinity. Mankind is divinity. But when you take form as a human, you become limited in your ability to express that divinity. So Hinduism teaches you how to go within and tap into your innate divinity. The word is innate. It's there. You may not be aware of the fact that it's there and how to tap into it, but that divinity is there. Who are you? Where do you come from? Who are you? You are first a divine being, a being of absolute power and knowledge. In you resides all power, all knowledge. Then you become human by taking form. Then you exhibit in that human form the animalistic tendencies. Then you exhibit below that the demonic tendencies. And these are all names, but in one person. But while you take form, while you're in the human form, you should realize your divinity. Do not deviate from it. And Hinduism teaches you how to tap into this divinity. So know it today that all beings in this world, no matter who you are divine. In you resides that divinity which cannot be destroyed, which cannot be removed, because you are all powerful, all knowing, and all present.
You are watching the biggest. But if I say this right now, you people will say I hate pastors, so we will still do randoms with him. So what is the difference between this and other Zims?
Hinduism is the grandfather, out of which came Buddhism, Shintoism. Buddhism was taken out of Hinduism by Gautama Buddha, who decided that Hinduism was something that he was brought into, but had to find a way, a common ground, a middle ground, where he could relate to divinity. And he founded what you call Buddhism. Then you had Confucianism that came out of China, Shintoism from Japan. You had all kinds of things like Sikhism. You had different things that came out.
There are plenty.
And these are only what you call offshoots of Hinduism. Hinduism precedes Christianity, precedes Islam and any other known religion. So we call it the grandfather of all religions. Why? Because it's premised on the Vedas, which is written in Sanskrit, which is also the oldest scripture, millions of years. And within the scripture, we have the Vedas, which was passed down as word from masters to us. And this is a form of written word and song and language which helps you to know yourself, to go inward. Now, as we sit as Africans, we might laugh at Hinduism because we have been brainwashed to believe that there are only certain religions that can help you know yourself. But I do not premise anything on any other religion except Hinduism for now. When you are in any religion in this world, ask yourself basic questions. If you were born in that religion, does it mean that you have to accept it? If you were told about the religion, does it mean you have to accept it? To a point, yes. Until you have the maturity of mind to realize who you are, that you're not just a human being, but a divine spark, divinity locked in this body. This body is given to you as a vessel. The top and the dress you're wearing is not you. If you remove it and hang it, I cannot call it your name. In that body of yours is divinity. But you were given a name. The name means nothing. So in Hinduism, we have what you call different aspects and different levels of Hinduism, because knowledge comes at different levels. You cannot take a kid and teach the kid quantum science. So the kid has to start from kindergarten. So in Hinduism, depending on your maturity of mind and the karma only means the action and reaction that you have earned. So in this world, if you earn good things by doing good things, you get more good things by the grace. Hinduism does not profess one God that you go and sit in front and beg and ask for forgiveness. No. Hinduism is a practical spiritual system that permits you, through knowledge, through people who know, helping you to become one with yourself. So we have an aspect of Hinduism where you see God as separate from you. So you see God in a stone, in a piece of wood, in a cross, in a human being, blah, blah, blah. And that is Vishuddhadvaitic. Then we have a certain level where you grow and realize that you don't have to ask something from God. You can walk with God. You become God. You become aware of your divinity. So when you become aware of your divinity, you realize that every single person in this world is God.
It's God. You are watching The Biggest. What I want to ask is this. Before our great-great-great-grandparents, they didn't know Hinduism. What were they worshipping? What were they practicing?
Hinduism is actually a way of life. The word Hinduism or Hindu comes from two words that are mixed, Hin and Dur. Hin is taken from Himsa, which means violence. And the opposite of violence is Ahimsa. So when you hear Hindu, the Hin is taken from what? Violence or non-violence. The Dur is when you go away, run away, abhor, get away from violence. So Hindu is he who does not like violence, who keeps away from violence, tries to avoid violence, because it's in itself is divine. And divinity and violence don't mix. Divinity and evil don't mix. Divinity and the world don't mix.
So are you saying Hinduism was known to our parents?
Yes. But that is why I said in the relevance of the African perspective, we had our own way of worship, which was just like Hinduism.
Which is, can you explain?
African spiritual system. It is there even till today. There is in Klikor a Hermetic school which teaches you about African spirituality, which is at parity with Hinduism, including the Om sign. It's there. So nothing is new. Our great-grandfathers and grandmothers were versed in spirituality, not religion. They were versed in spirituality. They could communicate with themselves and the God within. They could communicate with nature. That is why you saw that in our spiritual systems, they were what? Propitiating trees, stones, and stuff like that, and people laughed at them. Every single thing that is manifested in this world has a specific energy vibration. and that energy can be used. And in Hinduism, you're taught to accept the vibration of divinity within you so that you can use it for the benefit of yourself and mankind. Through what? Mantras and tantras.
Through mantras and tantras. You are watching the biggest. Father, looking at Africa right now, spirituality, religion, what is happening to us?
Africa is a cradle of spirituality, but not the mother or home of religion. Africa has been brainwashed to believe what is not. Africans have to go back to their spiritual system and become like a Hindu of India who wakes up in the morning and meditates because he or she has contemplated something which is beautiful, a flower, the sun, whatever, contemplates it, concentrates on that contemplation and goes into meditation and becomes one with that thing. That is what Africa needs. We don't need people who would preach to you and you say amen or whatever. We need people who would teach you how to become what they profess to be. So Hinduism is taught by actual practice. So you can't gain anything spiritually by hearing alone.
Have we lost our way as Africans? And
No.
if yes, no, what are the evidences now based on our
We
behaviors?
have not lost our way. Africans can never lose their way. Africans are so deep that what we do is, when we see that Africa is going down, we withdraw and keep to ourselves the depth of our knowledge until the times change, and then we start to use it again. We are in the age of Kali. Kali is known as the goddess of time.
Are you talking about 15 Itia Kali spirit?
No.
Which one is that?
Kali is known in Hinduism as the goddess of time, she who everybody has to bow to, because nobody is above time. Time comes and takes this body, but your innate divinity is eternal. So you are divinity with a specific circumference. Your circumference is the form I see and the divinity within.
If I should understand this, then what is happening to us now? You know what we are going through. Is it a trial time or something?
Every human race goes through its ups and downs.
Okay.
Humanity is at the cusp of Kali, and we are coming now into what you call the Satyug, an age of truth. That is why you and I are sitting. Before, you couldn't sit with me like this. They probably break into this place and beat the hell out of us. I'm sorry for my language. But we are coming into a serious age of awareness where humanity is becoming aware that we are being fed untruth. So slowly and consciously, we are becoming aware of our divinity because we have moved from the cusp of Kali into the Satyug, where it's a time of truth. So it's not just Africa, but unfortunately, Africa has taken on the brunt of everything that is negative because we have been fed that. We have been fed to beg God to give us money instead of working. We have been brainwashed to pray 1 or 3 or 4 or 5 times a day to gain favors from God. But the man or the people who brought this religion to us, they work hard. But the African has been brainwashed to believe that when he prays, whether being in whatever form or name of the religion, money is going to drop from somewhere. No. Life is not about money. Life is about the realization of who you are, what you came here to do, and how well you're doing it. So you and I are what you call instruments of the divine. Divinity is classified as a center without a circumference. So tell me, if divinity is a center without a circumference, where can anything exist outside divinity?
Let's narrow this to Ghana.
Thank you.
Our own country. How do you think we can absorb this information?
By sharing information openly, by teaching people how to utilize this information and go within. I didn't just get to this point. I was born into a Christian home, but I never went to church because I found church to be a little cumbersome.
Were you stubborn or you just found
it was cumbersome because I had issues with the church. I went into the mosques and I had issues with Islam. Beautiful religions, other religions. I went in there and I found out that I was not satisfied. I was looking for something else. Something that would explain to me why I was on this earth and now why I was praying. Because prayer was not helping me. But in meditation, when I sit and meditate and I concentrate my mind on something, I will achieve it.
You are watching The Biggest. That was randoms. We are now getting into his topic. What is his topic? Hinduism and its relevance on mankind, especially to Africans. That is the topic. What we just did was randoms. I have plenty questions. I want, because he is my very first Hindus. And
Hindu.
A very first Hindu. I wish I can ask him a million questions, but I don't want us to lose focus on the topic he brought, you know. So if we should bring him live, please write it in the comment section. We'll bring him, then the people will call and ask you the questions they need to know. As for us, we are waking. You know, like my followers are so beautiful. They are not programmed. I welcome you, my people. I'm enjoying, I'm having fun. When it happens like this, I'm cool. It's not that I hate any pastor. When I ask you questions, answer. Am I intimidating you?
No.
If you know, you know. You know. It's not Maame Grace that will intimidate you. Obi a waba platform you should be our friend be more. You are sitting there like you are watching football and the coach didn't place this here. They come and sit in that chair. And I'm cast a bone. I welcome you once again. No, Papa, please take us through the topic.
Good. Hinduism has so many facets of what you call worship. In Hinduism, we have what you call Brahma, who is, or the energy which is all-encompassing. Then we have Vishnu. Then we have Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. Mahesh is known as he who removes everything from what it is back to its original form. So you and I, no matter how much we pray, are going to die. We will die and lose this form. That is the work of Mahesh, Lord Shiva.
My problem.
Don't worry, I'll explain.
You know my problem. All these names you mentioned, there's no Ankrah in it.
No, don't worry. I'll explain to you.
Okay.
We say in Hinduism that all that exists is God, Brahma. When Brahma manifests something, It's sustained by Vishnu. The sustenance of that thing is sustained by Lord Vishnu. And when it goes back to its energetic form, which is one with the divine, Lord Shiva returns it. So this was made of silica, sand, and a few other things. When it breaks, it has to go back to sand.
This is pure crystal.
It
So
still
will go back
will
to crystal.
It will go back to sand. Sand is what becomes crystal.
Mm-hmm.
So this cannot be ad infinitum. It's an illusion. So in Hinduism, you are helped and taught to understand that everything you see is Maya, illusion. For as long as we live in this world, we are Maya. We are what you see, what you experience, but we are just the body. The real us is the divinity within. The real us is when we go inward and realize that we can do all things with that power. We can become knowledgeable with that power. So in Hinduism, you're taught how to do that through concentration, from meditation. When you contemplate a thing, you go into concentration, and then from there, you become in deep, deep meditation where you're one with your true self. When you start and you're meditating, obviously you think of something like food or egg or kenke or your favorite. Don't worry. They're part of it. After a while, your mind learns to grasp what you want and stay with it. That is the training in Hinduism. But not everybody can do that. So in Hinduism, we have what you call Raj Yoga, which focuses your mind only. Because we have what you call three aspects. Tamasic, that which is stagnant, which cannot be, it's unchanging, it's just drought. When you eat bad food which is spoiled, it can't help you. We say it's tamasic. Rajasic, that which has too much spice and makes you very active. Then we have the sattvic, that which when you eat, you become conscious of yourself, that you have become one with the food, and therefore you benefit from it. That is what is taught, the sattvic way of life, where you become one with everything that you do, and you are at peace with yourself. That does not mean you're not going to have people, detractors, enemies, and God. But who is an enemy? You don't have any enemy in reality. No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I have 1 million.
Who you call your enemy is just a detractor, looking at his own self and seeing himself or herself. Because what you're doing is you. And no one can detract from that. Assuming I kill you right now, what use is it to me? Can I detract from who you are? No.
That's a welcome here.
So the point is, Hinduism teaches you how to become one with yourself. Now, not to go into the names and forms, in Hinduism, we actually have different stages where you can learn to relate to a stone, or a piece of wood, or a statue. That is the stage at which you are in. And our forefathers in Africa did that because they knew that not everybody had the mind to connect to the higher self. So they realized the energy in nature and harnessed it. And we in Africa were called the dark continent, evildoers, because the white man could not fathom us. The white man could not tell why we had all that power. It's the same as Hinduism. Hinduism harnesses everything in nature, uses everything in nature for the benefit of mankind. So in Hinduism, you have people who would pray to Lord Shiva or Mahesh. Lord Shiva is Mahesh. You can pray to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. You can pray to Saraswati. You can pray, if you like money, you pray to Lakshmi Bai. It is not a problem. At that stage that you're in, You need something to focus on. So you have picked that. When you leave that stage, you now use your mind to focus. You don't need anything else. Your mind. You ask yourself questions. You go inward and you become one with yourself. That is a different stage. Beyond that is when you become one with God and you are God. The knowledge that you are God makes it impossible for you to hurt anybody. That's where Hinduism comes in. The hin and the do. Hin, far away from violence. Ahimsa is violence. Himsa is non-violence. Dur, far away from that. That's where the Hinduism comes in. Hindus abhor killing in any form. Because we abhor killing, we tend to see everything as a manifestation of the divine. So we can worship anything. Just so that we connect with the divinity within us. For that we are told we worship what? Stones, the rat, elephant, goat, cow, whatever. That is not the point. The object is not the point. It is the mental connection, the divine connection you have with yourself through that medium that matters. So let nobody tell you to pray all night so that you get money. It's not going to happen. There is a cure for poverty, which is hard work.
You are watching the biggest too. You will tell me I don't like somebody. As I'm okay, Unko Bisani Yilevi and I say he pick. Won't I keep quiet and listen? We are all picking things. So to come and tell me that God will open his eyes because and strike someone dead, I won't ask you questions. I'll be mimu. You are watching the biggest and the largest. So can you repeat this part for me? Where our ancestors were harvesting energies from nature, like the stones and all this.
They were not harvesting. They were aware of the energy in nature. And harnessed it. They harnessed it. They harnessed it.
Have you heard that they were worshipping idols?
They were not. They were propitiating. Idol worship is not a worship. When you worship, you are looking at yourself as a minion, someone who is not at the same level of what you're worshiping. Worship is when you adore. Becoming one with the divine is when you become of age, maturity, and you become aware of who you are. And therefore, you can communicate with your inner self and know the truth. So
I ask you this because we have a big problem. Right now, people feel that religion is not helping. At the moment they say religion is not helping, they are brainwashing us. Let's go back to our ancestors. Then those slaughtering of goats and those wooden thing and all that, you know, it comes to play because religion is not helping that. Us, let's bounce back. Okay, so when you said that, I want you to throw light on it. Okay. So somebody will not feel that you get me, Papa.
Spirituality is not about killing. Spirituality is about going inward and knowing yourself. And if someone knows that and wants to help you, he's not going to use the medium of killing. If I put a knife here and a butcher comes in, he'll use it to kill an animal. If a chef comes in, he'll use it to prepare food and we'll all eat. But if a murderer comes in or an insane person comes in, he might just take that knife and hurt someone. So the knife itself is not evil, but the mind behind the knife. So what is the mindset of the African? And what is the mindset of humanity? I told you earlier on that humanity has come of age. We are coming into the Satyug, a time of absolute knowledge and truth. So soon, we pray that and hope and wish that we will be here to see the flourishing of mankind.
Amen.
Becoming one with himself and divinity, and therefore a society which is governed by the truth and not the untruth. So in Africa, we're not talking about slaughtering things. The African spiritual system is not about killing. It is more about harnessing energy. But unfortunately, it's not everywhere you go that you're going to be taught hermetics. Hermetics has no killing. Hermetics is a practice, spiritual practice, that leads you from A to Z of spirituality. And it does not involve killing. So true hermetics is what the Africans practiced. But it became adulterated because we went to war. We started becoming envious of each other. We had to enslave each other. So we went to war and killed ourselves. And outsiders came and realized that we were not cooperating with ourselves. So they tore us apart and decided to feed us with untruth. But the Hindu never accepted the untruth. Always stayed within his spiritual system, which said, go inward, not outward. So whatever you did to the Hindu, he or she was always in meditation inward to find his true self, not prayer. No. He or she was investigating, interrogating the real him or her. Because I'm not this body. I'm wearing this white. It means nothing. I'm not holy. But I am working towards knowing myself and helping other people to know themselves. That is the premise and the basis of Hinduism. To help you transcend your physical body and become one with your spiritual body, your spiritual self, so that you can become knowing in the know. When you know, you cannot be fooled. Now I'd ask you a question. You've posed so many questions to me. What is your nature? It's retrospective. Don't answer it. Your nature is divine. Then it becomes human. Then it becomes what? Animalistic. Then demonic. What is the nature of a mosquito? You can answer me. What is the nature of a mosquito?
Tell us.
To bite you and suck your blood. Whether you want to kill it or not, it will try and suck your blood. That's its nature. I can't change it. So man is not a mosquito. We don't need blood.
We don't need blood?
No. We don't need blood for spiritual purposes. We have blood in us already. We don't need blood for spiritual purposes. So in Hinduism, there's no blood. We use flowers. We use honey, water, milk, sugar, beautiful things to propitiate, to help us get along. The real African those days was not using blood. The real African those days could say a word. It was called Idaho, premised on the 4 pillars. It was called Idaho. A man could say a word and it would happen. In those days, it would happen. And in those days, you couldn't go into someone's house and steal. 100, 200 years ago, you couldn't go into someone's house and steal. You would not even be able to get in there. That is the power of the African at that time. The power the African had, which is akin to Hinduism. So Hinduism is a very beautiful spiritual system that teaches you how to become one with yourself, the God within, the divine within.
You are watching the biggest. One day, me wukwa mo be kai me papa. What time kra na be kai me kese. Me say African spirituality no. Papa bi na kan say wo papa nchi awe aka na koto ma ona onwe. Me fa mbe show bi ya say Esadu When do we get here? When will we get there? How do we get there? When?
Again, mankind is perpetually moving. So, you were born in Africa. That's your karma.
That's my karma. Serious, so
You
why?
you cannot change it.
Ah,
Your mother and father brought you into this world. That is their karma with you.
imagine.
But your actions, they give you your individual karma that permits you to be born somewhere else, to be somebody else, because Hinduism is premised on reincarnation and karma. Please listen. Hinduism is premised on reincarnation and karma. That which you sow, you must reap, and you cannot do without reaping it. There is no energy, no prayer, nobody who can stop you from reaping that which you sow. I dare anybody to go and plant corn, stand there and say, cassava, come out, cassava. It won't happen. If you plant corn, you will reap corn. So in this world, in your innate body, that divine form must learn how to grow good deeds to generate good results. The more effort you put to get good deeds done, you have what you call divine blessings. So it's like you and I go to the bank, and you go with money or gold, and you go and put it in the vault. They don't ask you. You have the vault key. You put it in the vault, and you walk away. And I take stones and go and put it in the vault, and I walk away. When I come and open the vault, and I'm carrying the stones and suffering, and you're smiling, who put it there?
Yourself.
I did. That is the beauty
Of life.
of life. Karma.
It's in the Bible.
Everywhere. Everywhere. There's no religion, no spiritual system that does not teach you that what you actually sow, you're going to reap.
Is it that we don't understand?
We do. But we have been brainwashed to believe that we can pray and wash it away because it's sin and you have been forgiven.
Abusia, I say Bonina Uhuru. The Bonnie refused to wash away with all the fastings. Are you telling me this?
My lady, you can fast from now till eternity. You will die. Fast so you will not die. Let me see a man who is fasting who will not die. Fasting cannot stop you from dying. That which is set by karma is ironclad and cannot be changed. Destiny means that which cannot be changed at any time by anybody in any place for any reason. So destiny is that which you have been given to come with. How can you change it? If a man says he wants to change himself from a woman to a man, it's only physical, but inward, he's a man.
Asamo.
So he can do that, but it doesn't change who he is intrinsically, spiritually, mentally. So Hinduism teaches you to accept that which you have come into the world with, because you have earned it. The word is you have earned it. You have gone and sown it, and you have earned it. So it's your time to enjoy it. So if I have an accident on the road, don't pity me because I have earned it.
Abusia, so be we Akra, you have earned it.
Absolutely. You need to lose that money.
If not for anything, at least if we think like this, we will not hurt people.
Thank you.
At least, if not for anything, well, who say the thing that they do you, if they for my front, they wait. You know go do. If we can practice this in addition, there be a project to be good for your own spirit, a cleaning up, no. Papa.
So we say we have different kinds of karma. That which you cannot change, which is parabdha, comes as God has given us. For want of a better word, let me use the word God. Divine providence decides who you're going to come to as a kid. Which continent, which country, which state, which village. You can't change it. That's parabdha. Nishkama karma is when you do something and you don't want something in return. So someone falls down and you pick the person up. Madam, sorry, you have done what the Good Samaritan did. You have helped the person and you don't want anything else as a reward, and therefore the reward is going to come right back sometime, but you don't know when. Sanchit karma is when you have done something over and over again and it's time for you to reap it. So I'll give you an example. You bought a trotro and you give the mate some money. He doesn't give you back the change and you get angry and you slap the trotro man and he gives you a slap back. That's Sanchit karma. It has to happen immediately. Then it's over. When you walk away, your being with that person is over. That karma is served. That action is over. That reaction is over. But you work on your own karma individually by doing good deeds. The more good deeds you do, it's like putting your money in the bank. The more you accrue profit and the more you generate money. So that's how it is. The more you spend time doing good deeds without looking for a reward. Don't just do the good deeds thinking if you're looking for a reward. No, it negates it. Your good deeds must not include a reward. So when you go and help an old woman fetch water, don't accept money from her because that's not why you went there. You might be in poverty, but that's not why you went there. You went there to help her. When someone is sick and you're helping the person, do so because you want to. So everything you do in this world, do it because you want to do it. And telling the truth is the most difficult. Doing the right thing is the most difficult. Because people don't want to.
Hey, before that bang. Me, I believe so much that Africa will be great again. This one, whenever I say it, some energy that runs through me. You are watching the biggest. Papa, I want you to advise us truthfully 5 structures we should put together as black people. Those outside there in the Western world and those here in Ghana. How serious we should take spirituality?
Spirituality is the food of the soul. It is the food of the soul. You can be a vagabond, a thief, a banker, whatever it is. Find time to realize that spirituality is the food of the soul. So every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes in a day, go inward and ask yourself, how far have I gone to knowing myself? Meditation does not mean you doze off. When you pick a topic and you go inward and think about it, you're in meditation. But first contemplate it. So you ask yourself, have I done any good this morning? That's a contemplative thought. Concentrate on it and say, today I have to do good for one person, one soul in the world. And then meditate on it and make sure that that becomes a reality. So you go out and do one good deed that you don't need something back in return. Every human being must do that. Whether you're a thief, whether you're a criminal, whether you're president, do a good deed every day and make someone smile. Put in someone's heart the beauty of the divinity within that person so that you can express the divinity within you.
A thief too.
That is his own. See, his karma has earned him that. You are not a thief because you have not earned it.
Hey!
Someone has to be a thief. Yes. Someone has to be a thief. Are you suggesting you should be the one to become a thief?
No.
So Hinduism teaches you to accept everybody as they are, but then help them become knowledgeable about their true self and realize that stealing does not help them. Instead, steal the knowledge within. That knowledge, steal it within if you can. Because you can't steal it, it's part of you. You are divinity.
Oh.
You understand?
That's serious.
So a thief has his own karma to face. For everything he steals, he has to pay for it.
So, Papa, are you saying if someone steals from you, don't take the person to police station?
I've been, things have been stolen from me several times. I don't see the need, because what is the police going to do in Africa?
They put him in jail.
Are you sure?
They put the person in jail?
Several things have been stolen from me before. Not a single person is in jail. And I really don't even want the person in jail. I want the person walking the street so that he would realize that what he stole is finished. It's over. And he has to go back and steal again.
Hey, this is punishment.
That is it. That is his karma. Because eventually he's going to be caught. And whatever it is, he has to face it. See, as you're sitting down, you're a spiritual being.
Yes, I am.
You are a being of absolute knowledge and power. In you rests and resides the light, the divine energy of God.
No two ways about that.
There is nobody who can adulterate that. But they can fool your mind, because your mind is like a sponge. It absorbs everything. But Hinduism teaches you that beyond mind is buddhi, intelligence. And beyond intelligence is the consciousness, which is God. The first thing you learn when you're on the spiritual path is that money and spirituality are like two lines on a train. They never cross. If they cross, you're going backward.
This man just for my Monday.
Do you hear me? Spirituality is two lines, two real lines. They never cross.
I say,
where they cross, all hell breaks loose. So they run parallel. If you pick money, stay with money. If you pick spirituality, stay with spirituality. Because with your spirituality, your essence, you draw every good thing to you. And your money will come back to you without you even asking for it, realizing it. Use your mind to collect that money back. Use your spiritual self, your divine self. Ask it to tell the person to bring the money will come. Don't go and waste your time trying to fight him. Go into your room, think about the money, think about the sum that's contemplating. Concentrate on the money and see the money coming to you in meditation, coming back to you with his own hands, or which other way he sends it to you, it's coming back to you. Eventually it'll come to you, because your mind, through the consciousness, which is God, is asking it to come to you, and it would come.
From the same person?
Absolutely.
Okay. You are watching The Biggest. So, Papa, advise us, and when you finish, please teach us how to meditate. Teach us. Advise us first. When you are done, then you teach us the steps to meditation.
For mankind, you have to make note of everything you do in a day. For you to get on spiritually, you must make note of everything you do. In a day, if the positives totally overwhelm the negatives, then you're on the path. If the negatives totally overwhelm the positives, then you're in trouble. So the secret is, if you can't remember, put it down in writing, every action of yours. If it makes somebody happy, be happy you've made someone happy, because you have just made yourself happy, not the person. The beauty of giving is not in the reward, but in the fact that you get what? Gratification in the giving. And therefore, you become one with yourself. The moment you help, you liberate yourself. You transcend the body and become one with the divine within. And therefore, you elevate yourself and become aware of your true nature. So for everybody in this world, they have to learn to continuously help. It's not about money. Taking a hand and helping in any way you can elevates you.
We are the biggest. This is a huge, huge advice. I always tell people that it's advantage for you to get an opportunity to help someone. It's advantage. And I tell people I know how to, or I learn how to give, not because I have so much, but I know how it feels to have nothing. The reason I give. But when you take advantage of media, if not, you can, like, I will show the person Pepe. But Papa, how do we meditate?
Good. before we go to meditation, realize that giving is not always physical. Just telling someone the right thing at the right time to make the person become at ease is giving. Right? So giving is not always physical. It can be mental, spiritual, physical. Give. We are giving right now. It's not about money. About meditation and the ability to pray. Prayer is more or less you asking for something and you're hoping God will give it to you. So the more you pray, the more hope you get. But in Hinduism, it's not a prayer. We have set ways of meditating, mantras. The mantra is a form of recitation that unlocks the divinity within you. I'll give you an example. The sun is known as Soya. The sun, when you wake up in the morning, every human being must get up and go and face the sun. And open your legs and your hands and take in the energy of the sun and ask the sun to energize you for that day ad infinitum. And when you go out, tell me how you feel. That's sun worship. It doesn't mean you're worshiping the sun, but you are telling yourself your divinity is connecting with the divine energy of the sun to make you what? Energized. So in Hinduism, we can worship the sun. We say, I would recite it for you. Om Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur Varinyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. We are telling the sun that we have awakened, that the might of the sun, Mother Sun, Mother Light, Mother Earth, please energize us.
You didn't let me say Swaha.
You can't say the Swaha.
You are watching the big.
So that you become one with nature, get energized, and go out or stay indoors and become yourself. Because every day we are like a battery. As we work, our energy gets a little lesser and lesser and has to be recharged. It is not by drinking. It is not just by prayer alone. You must learn how to connect. So you can pray to the sun, and they'll tell you you're a madman worshiping the sun. Don't worry. If you want to pray to Lord Shiva, you recite a Shiva mantra. If you want to pray to Brahma or Vishnu, you recite that. Now, it's all in Sanskrit and Hindi. So my recitation does not necessarily help you, but the English translation helps you understand that you can propitiate anything on this earth and become one with it. Doesn't mean you're worshiping it. The fact that you watch the sun and will the sun's energy to recharge you does not mean that you're worshiping the sun, but it's sun worship. So Hindus are said to worship cows, rat, elephant. What you see in Hinduism is symbolic. When you worship the cross, it's not the cross that you're worshiping. You are focusing your mind to the cross. When the Muslim prays, he faces the Kaaba, focuses his mind on the Kaaba and becomes one with it. Tries to what? Pray by reciting the surahs so that he can actually connect with his divinity, not the Kaaba. The Christian prays to Jesus or to the cross or to Mother Mary, not because he's propitiating that, but he's trying or she's trying to connect with his inner self. So is every religion. The connection is what matters, not the object. So when you see an African propitiating a tree, it is not the tree, but the energy of the tree he's connecting with. The energy of the stone he's connecting with. If you wear a diamond, it releases an energy around you. A sapphire releases a different one. A ruby, a different one. Gold. Everything has its energy. And if you know how to use those energies, you use them to help you elevate yourself and become knowing. Who is the knower? You are the knower. And you are the known. You are the divine. And you only can become aware of that divinity. No one can help you.
No one can help you. I keep telling you, wake up. Do things all by yourself. No intermediary. She said everything has energy. So tell us about the energy of the copper. I am seeing you wearing
this this copper here helps you stop arthritis. Copper is a very good energy that helps you control arthritis. So those who have arthritis and those who have Parkinson's, it's very good for you to use copper. If you want to cook and you use copper utensils, the copper energizes the food. But when you use aluminum, you're killing yourself. Because aluminum is a toxin. And the more you cook in aluminum, the more you kill yourself by destroying the energy in you. So it's better you avoid aluminum and use copper, or use glass, or use stainless steel, or our old cooking pots, which is by far the most effective spiritually, because Mother Earth, you're grounding with it. When you want to meditate, the closer you are to the earth, the stronger you are.
You are watching the biggest. Papa, thank you so much. Copper. Me de bag Ghana. Cotton suitcases out of love. I came to introduce copper to you people. People say, hey, now I have become brunsam. The next thing I know, people are using time copper. A copper I took my time to make added stones to weight. Papa, 2 suitcases is in my office. They said it is for evil. I don't know when Africa will learn. They will buy meat and buy clothes for funeral every week and prepare themselves for funeral. They will never save their souls. The copper is still in my office. You can go and purchase one. I'm tired. Papa, thank you so much. We do appreciate you.
You're
Please,
welcome.
Before you go, is there any location, numbers? People would want to reach you for more questions and more.
Let them reach you, and then you can forward them to me.
Thank you so much, Papa. We appreciate you. Myself, I have learned a lot today. And you see, put your number out there. They say, they are not finished talking, and the numbers are flowing. You yourself calculate and take your balance. Nobody is after anybody for your own good. I do appreciate you, Papa. Thank you so much for watching Revelations. I will always be your Revelations. Gracias.